Good afternoon, and today we are going to look at our pin collection. We got some new pins, and so we're going to see which ones are fake and which ones are real so that we can trade them on our Disney vacation in a couple weeks. So let's go check out our pins.
Let's get to it.
So this is our pin board, and we've got some more pins on the lanyard. These pins out here on the table are the pins that we recently got online from a couple of different places. So I'm going to show you which ones are fake, which ones are real, and how to tell which ones are fake, which ones are real, so that you know what you're getting at the parks and also what you're getting online. Still organizing our pin board, but a lot of these pins are the pins that we like the most. I think a couple are fake, and we'll show you which ones that we think that are fake. But these are the pins that we like the most, and a couple of these pins have gone over the years from going to the parks. Some of these pins are Matt's pins. Yeah. Which ones are your favorite pins?
I was really into the pin trading when I went in the early and mid 2000s growing up. I really liked the movie poster pins from Indiana Jones at Hollywood Studios and Star Tours. Got that one, and I got that one also in the early 2000s from Hollywood Studios. As far as the actual Disney property ones, I like the Winnie the Pooh ones. I know those I got growing up.
Yeah.
And I think another one that we really like is our
Yes.
hotel.
So we've started last year. We went hotel hopping for a day, and we first went to Animal Kingdom for breakfast, and then we hopped over to Polynesian for some snacks, and then the Grand Floridian, and then we went to the Contemporary Resort for dinner, and we had dinner at the California Grill, and we got to watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks at night. And then we stayed at Vero Beach, not the Disney Vero Beach Resort, but we stayed at a hotel close to it. So we went to the Vero Beach Disney Hotel and got a pin while we were there. Got some lunch and stuff, and it was really cool.
Is there a favorite pin you have on the board that just your favorite?
Let's see. Sorcerer Mickey is my favorite Mickey, so I love him. And then last year when we went pin trading for the first time, I was able to collect the whole flag set and then the whole Mickey lanyard pin. So I was really proud of getting my sets.
My favorite pin is one of yours, but I really like that Donald.
Yes, I love that Donald. My mom got me that Donald when I was a little girl, but I love that Donald. It's so good. Okay. Oh, and of course, I love the pins. These are all the pins that I got on my very first trip to Disney. I love these, and a couple I've gone, like this one was on our first vacation, mine and Matt's. We got this one together, but most of these I've gotten from being going to Disney as a little kid. I love them so much. So Matt, tell them what makes an official Disney pin, so we know what to look for.
That is really difficult, and I'm still trying to figure out the ins and out of getting a hang of verifying what's authentic or not. But one thing that we found out the hard way after spending way too much time testing is the magnet test.
Yeah.
You may have read online that the magnet test is a good way to tell if a pin is real or not. And from our experience, that is not reliable whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'll show you in a minute how that works.
So like these here are 100% real because I spent my hard-earned allowance as a little girl getting these pins.
From the store, not trading.
From Walt Disney World, not from trading. So I know first I'm like, will you take this pin off?
Yeah.
And I'll show you that because I tested it on that one. So we were going through all of our pins to see what was real, what was fake with the magnet test. And doing all of our pins, we were like, man, every single one is fake. So then I took my real pins, and it also sticks. So using the magnet test to test if your pins are real or fake, it's just not a very good, reliable source for seeing if they're real or fake. You really just got to use your eye and just kind of test for yourself on what's real and what's fake.
Like I said, these two that we just tested out on are 100% real because we did not trade for these.
Yeah. And one sometimes they stick and sometimes they don't.
Yep.
So the magnet test, and what the magnet test is if they said if your pin sticks to the magnet, then it is fake. Obviously that's not true because my real pin from Walt Disney World sticks to the magnet, and I know for a fact this is 100% real. So the magnet test does not work. So last year, Disney came out with the cool characters. I don't have the complete set. I'm hoping to get the rest of them while on my trip this year at Disney. But you can kind of tell by looking at these which ones are real and which ones are fake. I think that Minnie, Mickey, and I think this one's Dale, one with the black nose, are real because they feel heavier. So you know that they're made of the hard enamel, and they just look really good. The silver isn't painted on, it's part of the pin itself. The paint to the pin goes all the way to the edges. So the paint to the pin also goes and meets all of the silver lines, whereas like my Daisy Duck here, you can see where the paint is like, let's see, let me get in focus, yeah. You can see where the paint kind of like dips down into the pin. So because the paint isn't filling up all of the spots, this one here is definitely fake. You can feel just how rough she is. Her edging isn't very good. Although her Mickey waffle, no, you can see that too. You can see where the Mickey waffle has like outlines. So yeah, the waffle isn't very good. The prong is fairly okay on the side, but it's not as prominent. But yeah, this paint job is just really bad. And you can see how bubbly the silver lining is for this pin. Just not as good as Minnie. You can see right here what's good and what's bad about both. This pin is 100% real because first off, I bought this at Walt Disney World, but you can tell that it's real from how good the lines look on the sides of the pin. It should be really nice, glossy, with no indents, no, like rough spots. On the back of the pin, they call it the Mickey waffle. It should run off the edge. So there's no like excess lines on the sides here of the edge where your Mickey waffle should stop. The Mickey Mouse should go all the way off of the pin. And of course, every official Disney pin, trading pin, comes with a Mickey Mouse back. But of course now a lot of fake pin lots have been selling their pins with the Mickey Mouse back. So it seems like you're getting the real thing, but you're not. And also, you should get really high defined prongs next to the pin itself. If you see this long pin glued to the pin itself, if it's glued, it's fake. If this prong here on the side isn't defined, it's fake. If your Mickey waffle ends before coming to the line, it's fake. So those are the things to look out for. On the front of the pin, if these silver lines aren't the actual pin itself, like take for instance my Donald pin here, these lines are actually just painted. So this Donald pin is pretty fake, and you can just kind of tell from the difference. One's got a nice high glossy shine and one does not. So here are two fake pins. They're a little bit different from each other just because you can tell Daisy, her paint doesn't meet the lines, doesn't fill up all the way. Donald's paint actually looks pretty good, but his silver lines are, they're painted on. They're not part of the actual pin itself. And this is what I think is a real pin. I got all these pins. I traded my other pins for these pins. So I didn't buy these. So this is, what my trial and error take is on what's fake and what's real. On the back, Mickey's got good prongs. His waffle's good, but you can kind of see the difference. Donald doesn't have any prongs next to his pin here, but his waffle is pretty good. But also the trading symbol here is not well defined. It's really messy. You can't read any of it. So this is what makes me believe that Donald and Daisy are fake, whereas Mickey here, you can read his official trading pin symbol. He's got good prongs. His Mickey waffle meets out all the way. And also, let's do the magnet test. So Mickey, I think, is real. Oh look, Mickey sticks.
But we bought Mickey.
Well, I didn't buy him. I traded him.
With a cast
Yeah.
member. But he
And
feels
then
real.
Daisy doesn't stick. Oh, she does stick.
Just on the, I think it's sticking to the metal piece.
Yeah. And then check Donald. Donald doesn't stick at all. But I know for a fact that Donald is fake because he looks so bad on the front. He's not as good quality as Mickey. Mickey's the one that sticks. So using the magnet test is definitely not something you want to do when testing for pins. It just doesn't work. So we're going to go through the pins and see which ones we think are real and which ones we think are fake. I've sort of grouped them up a little bit as best as I could, but also kind of paired them up with their partners and stuff. Over here to the left, I know for a fact that all of these are fake. They are so bad. The color here, there's like a black part to this diamond, and Chip almost looks, this is Chip. He almost looks green, so I know that's fake. Goofy is missing the black to his nose, so I know this is fake. The paint in this is bleeding into the other paint, so I know this is fake. I mean, the lines in this are just so bad. They're not clear, they're not, the paint, you can see the paint doesn't fill up all the way. This one's really bad. What else is bad? I was trying to find like a Mickey blob. You can see Mickey here is covered in paint, so that's a big no. Anything else? Yeah, basically the lines to the silver part. You can tell that this is a soft enamel, and authentic Disney pins will use a hard enamel when creating their pins. So you can just tell that this one's really fake. This looks bad. But moving over here, some more pins that we got in our pack, like this one for sure. This one's real. You can just tell how good it looks. The silver lining is part of the pin. It's not painted on. There isn't any brush strokes into the paint. The Mickey waffle isn't that good, but it's got a serial number. It's got the official trading pin sticker on the back. So I think this one is real, just because it looks good and it feels good. It feels nice and heavy. The most counterfeit pins that you'll come across when pin trading is the hidden Mickey pins. These are the pins that Disney comes out for the park to trade. The cast members get these pins. With this one, I definitely think that it's fake just because you can see how the silver lining is bumpy and the color is really weird. Like Ursula is not this color. She's not as like pinky purple. So I think this pin is a fake. And let's see what else. These two pins are side by side. So let's look at these. The color is, not as bright or vibrant in the one here on the right, but the lining on the left one is, it's really bumpy, it's really rough, and the colors are just a little bit more prominent. So if I had to choose between the two of these pins, I would say the one here on the right is probably a more true pin than this one. I think this one here on the left is fake, but chances are I think both of these might be fake just because the paint in this one doesn't reach the edges to the lines either.
Like this one's terrible.
Which one?
This Han Solo.
Yeah. The Han Solo is bad, but
But I like this and that and that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I like Boba Fett.
Yeah.
But I don't.
I like them too, but I think just by looking at them, I think this R2D2 is fake because the silver lines are funny, and I can feel the paint indenting as well as the Boba Fett one. But I think that this Stormtrooper and this C-3PO are real because the paint meets the lines and the edges. It feels really good. Overall, even though we got some fake ones, I like the Disney pins, and I'm gonna keep them in my collection. Even though I got some fake pins, I still like the pins, and I'll keep the fake ones, or maybe even just scrap the fake ones, and take what I think are true, real pins to the parks, and see if I can trade them, or see if I can trade them. When you're purchasing pins, try not to do lots of pins if you order any offline. Make sure that if you do order a couple pins, don't buy them in bulk. Buy them in maybe sets of like 5 or 6. And if you see in the pictures that the pins are coming in these little packages, this is 100% fake pins. Don't buy these.
Well, that's been our video. Make sure you hit like and subscribe if you've enjoyed what you saw today. And we'll probably do a couple more of these videos, especially after we get home from our trip in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll go through our new pins and tell you where our new favorite spots are to trade at Disney. And if you are collecting pins too and you go to the parks to trade, just be wary of the fake pins and do your best to not trade in fake pins when you go to the parks too, because other people are also pin trading and trying to get the best for their collection as well.
Thanks.
Yep,
Bye-bye.
thanks. Bye.